Slow. Okay, so should we start? Yes? Okay, please open the newspaper. What do you find as important? Anything on the first page? Nothing on the first page. President and governors. What? Hello. President and governor. Is it important? Yes. What is the news? Any idea? What do you find when you read that particular news? Top court issues notice to states center on powers of president, governors. Okay, so what has happened recently? President Draupadi Murmu, she has used one article in the constitution, article 143, under which she has gone for presidential, or rather what we call as advisory jurisdiction of Supreme Court. She is trying to make use of it. We call it presidential reference. Any idea what is presidential reference? Have you heard this term till now? Yes? Very good. Seek opinion or advice of the Supreme Court. Let's say the president feels that president or the council of ministers or anyone is confused about some kind of article in the constitution, or what is the exact mechanism in that. They want some interpretation or advice. In that case, they can reach out to Supreme Court for the advice of Supreme Court. And why Supreme Court? Huh? Very good. Because Supreme Court is the interpreter of the Constitution. This authority is there only with Supreme Court. No other court, nothing, nobody as such. Okay. Now, why this incident has taken place? Why they have gone for presidential reference and all? So there is a long story what has been happening since last few years. You observe one thing. Most of the times when it comes to Indian politics, we have central government, state government, and most of the time you will find that there is a tussle between central and state government whenever the government or the party in power at center and state is different. Right? So let's say at center we have BJP, at the state level we have different party. At that time most of the time we find some tussle between center and state. Right? Now we have one position of governor. And governor is, who appoints governor? Center or state? Center, simple. So what is the authority of governor, as in what governor is supposed to do? Is he a representative of center, or is he head of the state, that particular state? Head of the state. So he doesn't need to listen to central government as such. Yes, appointed by the central government. So governor, whenever we talk about governor, we say governor is the link between center and state. It is the job of governor to ensure that the relation is cordial. It is appointed by center for sure, but it has to act as the head of the state for that particular state. Just like we have president, similar system we have as governor. Right? Now, this governor has to ensure that the state works in a constitutional manner. If in any case state doesn't work in constitutional manner, governor can tell this thing to president and they will apply president rule in that state. Right? That's why governor's position is important. Now, in the state, we have state assembly where elected leaders go. Right? In state assembly, they pass a law. When they pass a law, that law reaches to governor for the signature. Right? Governor has three options. One, assent to the bill, give the assent yes, or say no, reject it, or let's say he may ask the assembly to reconsider it. Right? These are the three options. Even president has similar thing. Fourth option, that, not this one, this one, reserving for the president consideration. This option is there with the governor. Let's say there is a bill and he is not satisfied with it, or he finds that we'll send it to president, maybe president will think about it. That also he can do. These are the options available. Now, in how many days this decision has to be taken by the governor? Any idea? 2 to 4 months. Who said?
Total 4 months.
Total 4 months. Who said? Where is it written in the constitution? Let's say government has passed a bill. It reaches out to governor, or let's say at the central level reaches out to president. In how many days president or governor has to sign it? 14 days. So the point is, there is no such timeline. President can put his hands in the pocket and say, I'm signing. That's called pocket veto sometimes. I'm signing, just wait, I'm signing. So there is no timeline. Now this is given to ensure that the president has some role to play in this. Okay. Now the point is, sometimes such things can be misused, or many a times these are misused specifically for party purpose. Central government, different government, state level, different government. Now what this party will try to do, they'll try to ensure that the party at state level does not pass the bills they want to pass, just to disturb them. So this happened in Tamil Nadu. Between 2021 to 2023, Tamil Nadu government passed so many bills, 10 bills in this particular case, about education, universities, etc. And these bills went to governor. What governor did? Governor didn't sign. Didn't take any action as such. State government tried to put lot of pressure, nothing happened. Okay, so they observed this. Now what happens is, in case, normally this is the function, president or governor, when any bill reaches out to them, and if they say that you have to reconsider this bill, if they send back the bill, and if the assembly passes the bill again, second time, in that case it becomes obligatory on the president or governor to sign it. That's the normal process. In this case what happened? Governor did not take any action. Governor did not even return the bill. He kept it with himself. Now this is complicated. And what the state assembly did, or the government over there, they passed those same bills again in the state assembly, second time. Okay. Now this became a controversy, because this is something happening unusual, right? Now after this, what governor did? This time governor used Article 200 and said, I am reserving this for president. So it's like, let's play the game of constitution, right? They're just using the provisions which are available, and wherever nothing is mentioned, they'll use it according to themselves, right? This happened. Now after this state assembly, or this government of Tamil Nadu, they were frustrated. They went to Supreme Court. They said, sir, this has happened. Tell us what to do. Now Supreme Court clearly said, this whatever incident has taken place, that was unconstitutional, first of all. Okay. And in this case, Supreme Court used Article 142. What is word 142? Here. Supreme Court's power to do complete justice. This article I had discussed earlier also, right? What Supreme Court can do, even if there are no laws, nothing is mentioned in the Constitution, or some laws are present, still court can come up with a new judgment altogether to ensure complete justice. That's what Article 142 says. So using this power under Article 142, what court did, first of all they said whatever governor did in this case, that was wrong, and court came up with some timelines, that in these timelines governor has to take action. So let's say they said, if the cabinet has given any advice, you have to say yes, or you can say no within 1 month. Okay, if you are giving it to president, even for presidential consideration, a fixed timeline was given. So whatever is the timeline, 1 month, 3 months, doesn't matter. The core question that comes into picture after this incident is whether judiciary can give such a timeline to these constitutional authorities. Because president or governor, it's a constitutional position. When constitution doesn't talk about that timeline, how come Supreme Court give that timeline? Okay, this is the question that is now getting discussed, or this is the complication that is present. Because this complication is there, that's why there is presidential reference. President has sent some of the questions, 10, 12 questions, and they have sent it to Supreme Court. Please give us advice. please give us advice. What this court can do, what this court cannot do, tell us everything. That's what they are saying. Okay, so that's the simple debate. Judicial power versus executive discretion. When a bill is signed, who is coming up with that bill? We have three organs, right? One is legislature, executive, and judiciary. And what we expect in all these three is separation of power. All three organs have some power and they have to be separated. One will not interfere in the other's domain. This is one thing. And if one is doing something wrong, it's the responsibility of the other one to check it. Okay? Now, in this case, there is a question being raised whether judiciary is interfering or encroaching the power of executive. Because it is executive's what we call discretion. They will decide when to sign, when not to sign. It's their job. They know very well what to do, when to do, how to do. So why judiciary is interfering? And can judiciary do that? Because constitution doesn't talk about it. So can judiciary go against the constitution or somewhere beyond the constitution using article 142? Does judiciary have that power under article 142? That is the question. Getting the point? So these are the questions being raised. Now this is a news in transition. This will continue. Okay, let Supreme Court say something, then we will get some more clarity on this topic. Clear? Any doubt?
What is that bills regarding?
What? Tamil Nadu bills. Some bills were regarding university regulation, some were regarding education, etc. Not so relevant for us.
So finally they approved it.
Obviously, Supreme Court said that these are passed second time, so Supreme Court assumed that these are supposed to be already signed by governor. Right? That was the judgment given. Because court found out that somewhere you are misusing the provisions. Yes, assembly has passed it twice. It is against the democratic method. We are following the democratic method and then you are not signing it. That is not the job of governor. Right? Done. These are the articles which are important, which you can focus on. Article 143, Supreme Court's advice. Article 200 and Article 201. Article 200, that governor, when bill reaches to governor, what actions governor can take. That is in 200. And in 201, in case governor puts this bill for president's consideration, in that case, president's power to give assent or withhold the assent, that part. That power is there with president under 201. And Article 142, which I have already discussed, complete justice. Okay? Now next article about China, India and Buddhism. Is it relevant for exam? Huh? Maybe? Okay, maybe we'll consider. It's like you don't need all the content from this article, but just in one or two lines if you can understand what is happening. That is also sufficient. It is like for you it's just a content of one line. So how religion or Buddhism is being used as a geopolitical tool to serve some kind of purpose. So you see, in China, which religion or let's say Chinese government follows which religion? Hey, Buddhism. Chinese government, there's only one party in China, Communist Party, right? And communism is following atheism. They don't follow any religion as such. Karl Marx says religion is opium of masses, right? So no religion. Officially there is no religion when it comes to Communist Party of China. But there is religion. People are religious to some extent. You can't stop that. Especially when you go to the Tibetan region. There you see Buddhism dominating in the region. And because of the origin of Buddhism in India, there is some influence of India also. Right? Now what happens? There is this post of Dalai Lama in Tibetan Buddhism. That post matters a lot. Okay. And now this Dalai Lama, his successor is going to come. He'll be retiring and new Dalai Lama will come. what government of China is trying to do is, they're trying to ensure that whoever comes to power as Dalai Lama, power means they don't have any political power, but they have this cultural power or religious symbolic power. Whatever Dalai Lama says, people will follow that in the region of Tibet also, and in other parts of the world also, wherever Buddhism is there. So even in the parts of India, let's say Arunachal Pradesh, you will find that influence. Okay, in other countries also you will find that influence. So that figure is important, symbolically, culturally it is important. Now China wants whoever becomes the next Dalai Lama, he should listen to what Chinese Communist Party wants. Because China is quite insecure about Tibetan region. They always feel that this region has separatist tendencies. They don't want to be part of China, or they claim that they are not part of China, they are separate. Right? Although China is quite powerful enough to ensure that this doesn't happen, but they are insecure. So they want next Dalai Lama to be coming from Chinese Communist Party, or they will decide. Right? And this is where the tussle is. India wants, no, let's follow the tradition. India is also concerned, because if there will be influence of Chinese Communist Party on that leader, religious leader, his influence will be there on the people in Arunachal Pradesh and other parts. So India is also concerned. So there is a tussle. So that's how we say Buddhism has become a strategic tool for the geopolitics. Okay? So that's what the article is trying to talk about. Simple. Just one liner for you. Next. Realities behind the global experiment of remote work. What is remote work? Work from home, simple. Do you think UPSC may ask question on remote work or work from home? Maybe. They had already asked a question on work from home, how it affects families and all. I don't exactly remember the question, but they had, because it affects lives. So it is important. Now, this article specifically talks about remote work culture, whether this culture has been adopted more or less. That's what the article is talking about. Now, after COVID-19, we see somewhere in India, we have adopted this work from home culture. Otherwise, there was no such culture in India. But later on, again, things are recovering. Many people who are working as work from home, they have now shifted to the offices again. So somewhere we are there. Now, this survey which was conducted, or the data clearly shows that this culture is quite dominant in the regions like US, UK, Canada. There you see highest remote work days. Whereas Asia has the lowest number. So we are not just talking about India, entire Asia. So we have the lowest. Africa and Latin America, in between, intermediate. Now, as far as Asia is concerned, why lowest adoption is there? First reason, we have this presentism culture. Means we want, the bosses want that the employee should work from office. It doesn't matter to them whether the work is getting done or not, you should work from office. They have this mindset that if you work from home, you will not work. Once you get into any job, you will feel that. You have to get into corporate for that. So this presentism culture is there. Second, for work from home, you need some infrastructure at home. You need that internet supply and all. And at least you need some place to sit in. Sometimes there are crammed houses, houses are very small, so many people are living, so you don't get that space and area which is needed. That's a problem. And somewhere we have this seniority driven office culture. In corporate offices, what happens is, even if you have some innovative ideas with you, you work really well, nothing will happen. If you are senior, you will get promoted. Seniority based promotion, we call it. Because of this, what will happen? The same bosses will be there, no matter what. Bosses are not going to change. And these bosses enjoy the power. So they like to enjoy the power, so they want you to work from office. You work or you don't work, doesn't matter. Just come to office. That's how things are happening. Okay? Is it a good news? Not so good news as such. Now, one thing you need to focus on, that is the gender dimension given over here. When it comes to work from home, what do you think? For women, work from home is a good thing or a bad thing? Women should tell. Good thing. Okay, now we'll tell the bad thing. Security. Okay, good dimension that you're not so concerned about security, right? Security from whom? Other men from the office. What about the man in the house? What about the security from that man? It's not there. Women face from a problem called as dual burden. For women, there is one additional work for which they never get paid. That is the household work. They have to cook, they have to wash the clothes, all those things. That is also work, but we don't calculate that in GDP because they don't get paid for that stuff. That's how we have made a system wherein we have some laborers whom we don't need to pay a single rupee. We get free labor, bonded labor, whatever you call it. Unfortunate, right? Yes, that's unfortunate. But the point is, when they get work from home, now there is immense pressure because of this dual work. They have to take care of all the domestic work and then they have to do their job also. And in this work from home culture, there is an expectation that you work little more. You're at home only. You don't need to do any extra stuff as such. So women are continuously confined in the house. When they are confined in the house, that's what leads to the problem of gender injustice that we see in the world. That there is a domination of males over females. Right? So this gender dimension is something important. So if you see, there are women who are childless. They are like, the data says these are the women where we see highest remote work days. So they don't have much responsibility. So these women are opting for work from home and all. Although this data is not so relevant for us. What matters is this dimension. Remember this dimension. That not necessarily it's a good thing, sir. Rather, women are not opting for work from home by choice. They are not opting for work from home by choice. It's a compulsion on them. Because if you are going outside and working, family is not allowing you to do that. So as a compulsion, you are opting for this. So understand this dimension. Not necessarily it's a good thing. Got it? Good. Next. Huh? Yes. So this fighter jet, MiG-21, important? Quite important from defense perspective. MiG-21 is a quite famous fighter jet. We have been using it since last 30, 40, maybe even 50 years. We've been consistently using this. And now it is retiring. That means it will not be in service. We'll not be using MiG-21. We'll use something else. First of all, what is this MiG-21? The name is Mikoyan Gurevich MiG-21. So it's a Russian name, or rather when there was Soviet Union. From that time we had started getting this MiG-21 fighter jet. Now it's a supersonic jet fighter and interceptor aircraft. Any idea what this technical term means? Supersonic jet fighter and interceptor aircraft. Yes? Fast. Huh? Faster than the sound. Okay, speed of sound, very good.
Detects the sound.
I don't read and tell me. Tell your views. So simply, when we say jet fighter or jet, when you are using this jet word, that means it's an engine which is called as jet engine. Okay, which is used in many aircrafts. So jet engine has some specialities, like it will take air from the frontal side, and then the oxygen will be used, then the fuel will burn, and the warm air will get from the back, and through that it gets the thrust, because of which it gets the push and the aircraft will move ahead. Okay, so they have jet engine, something called jet engine that they are using, first of all. Then we are saying it's a supersonic jet. So supersonic, when we use this term sonic, so it's about sound. Okay. Now imagine the speed of sound. I'm speaking, you're listening, see the speed of sound. As soon as I say, you're getting it. Now just imagine if we have an aircraft which can have this speed, which can run through the speed of sound, right? Such an aircraft will be called as sonic or transonic. Okay, what we do is we first calculate the speed of sound. Now speed of sound we normally calculate in Mach. So let's say we are saying 1 Mach is the speed. 1 Mach means is the speed of sound. Okay, if I say 2 Mach, that means it is double the speed of sound. Yes, 1 Mach, 2 Mach, 3 Mach, you can understand. Now if there is an aircraft which can run through the speed of 1 Mach, that is the speed of sound, exactly equal to speed of sound, then we use this term transonic or normally sonic. Just understand why we are using the term sonic. If the speed of this aircraft is less than 1 Mach, less than speed of sound, we use this term subsonic. Okay, so you are a subsonic person. Normally you can say. And if the aircraft runs through the speed which is more than 1 Mach or more than speed of sound, that will be supersonic. More than 1 Mach is supersonic. If it is more than 5 Mach, that is hypersonic. We are still trying to build hypersonic systems. That's very difficult. But we are here at least. Supersonic we have. Clear? Now you can understand what is supersonic jet helicopter or not helicopter, aircraft, fighter aircraft. Yes, fighter jet. Now they have also used this term interceptor. What is interceptor? Let's say there is Pakistan or China, someone is attacking you through any aircraft, any drone or anything. What you try to do is you try to intercept that. Any missile is coming, you will try to intercept. Intercept means you will locate it and you will attack it. And you will try to destroy it before it reaches us. Simple. So this is the aircraft which can be used for such purpose. If there is an attack from other side, in that case you can use this MiG-21 to intercept, to attack it. So all that can be done. Where is this? Yes. So supersonic jet fighter and interceptor aircraft. Any doubt till now? No? So it was made in Soviet Union in 1955, then it was adopted by them, and then right now how many countries? Around 60 countries are using this MiG-21. So you can understand, quite famous. Now as far as India is concerned, in India it was inducted in the year 1963. Okay, and we used it in multiple wars, especially 1965 and 1971 India-Pakistan war. Then Kargil war. In Balakot airstrikes, we have used this MiG-21. Okay. Now we inducted in 1963, and here you see cooperation between India and Soviet Union. That times Russia, that is Soviet Union. So we have this cooperation wherein we said that we will make this jet aircraft in India. And that was the deal with Soviet Union. Soviet Union even said we will transfer all the technology to you. This is the speciality of our relationship with Soviet Union. We don't get such deals from USA most of the times. USA is not ready for technology transfer. They'll say, we will keep the technology. So they agreed. Okay. So we produce it. We have this company, HAL, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, who is building this. They have got the license rights. What we do is just we pay some license fees or royalty to USSR or Russia right now. So this is the game, and now 2025 September they are saying this MiG-21 is going to retire. Instead of MiG-21, we'll be using Tejas Mk1A. Okay, that's the story. MiG-21 now retiring, just remember this part. Okay. Now MiG-21 is also quite famous for being an aircraft which crashes. Many a times we get this news that MiG-21 crashed somewhere. Okay, so it is also named as flying coffin. Coffin, you understand. When people die, they are put in coffin, right? So it's like flying coffin. Pilots are going to die for sure. Okay, so how many, you say in last 10 years, 21 MiG crashes. So just for the sake of idea. But still, for 50 years, we have been using it. That's a big deal. 50, 60, whatever number. We have been using it. So it's an important aircraft. Clear? Any doubt on this? No? Next one. Army gets first batch of advanced Apache helicopter from USA. Now see, sometimes there will be very easy questions. Even though I'm getting into the depths of topics, sometimes they will ask very simple question. They'll put Apache helicopter and they'll simply ask from which country we are getting it. So simple, right? But sometimes the question can be difficult, so we will prepare accordingly. Okay? Now, Apache helicopter. Again, it is coming from United States, and which company is making it? Boeing. The same company which had made this Ahmedabad crash aircraft. Okay, quite famous Boeing, our favorite. So, now Boeing aircraft, this Apache helicopter, the name is AH-64E Apache Guardian. Now this one is multi-role combat helicopter. It's a helicopter. Helicopter, you people understand. Multi-role helicopter, or rather multi-role combat helicopter. First of all, what is combat helicopter? Small in size. Just anything. Combat helicopter. So see, helicopter could be used for different purposes. So some helicopters are made for particular purpose. Let's say there is a helicopter which is supposed to just ensure that whatever, let's say there are some of your people staying in some area, and you have to send some food items or something for their usage. You have to send that, or you have to send some people. Only for that purpose you need some helicopters. So that will be a transport helicopter. Okay, so sometimes you must have seen some images. Some helicopters have this two fans, one over here, one on the other side. Those are mostly those transport helicopters. Sometimes helicopters are used for different purpose. That is the combat purpose. Combat means direct fight. That too with shorter distance. Let's say your enemy is here, you are here. This is the short distance fight. That's combat. So some special helicopters are made for this combat or this direct fight. Okay, that is combat helicopter. And multi-role simply means it can do multiple tasks. For multiple tasks it can be used. For example, you can use it for direct attack. You can use it for reconnaissance. Means if you want to gain some intelligence, so you have some sensors on this helicopter, you have some cameras installed. Through that you can get some information about your enemies. So that can happen. Let's say enemies attacking some other aircraft. To save that aircraft, you need to send some other aircraft. So what happens is sometimes every aircraft has its own speciality. Some aircrafts can be used for direct fights. Some aircrafts can fly in larger area. Some can fly in the smaller regions also. So that speciality matters. In case of this helicopter, they have this speciality that we call as maneuverability. Any idea what is maneuverability? Or to simply understand maneuverability, we can say you can easily decide where to go. Let's say you're moving like this, suddenly you want to go like this, you want to go like this. You can change the path, you can do whatever you want to. Such things are maneuverability. The speciality of this helicopter is it is capable of flying in any way, in all weather condition and in any kind of terrain. Let's say there is mountain, there is sea, there is any kind of terrain. In that terrain you can use this helicopter. Sometimes there will be mountains and some rugged region. It's very difficult to fly any helicopter. This will be easier because it has got maneuverability. You can easily move it wherever you want to, in the way you want to. Okay? Then speed and all, you can look, this not so important. They have got some targeting system. For example, they have this infrared light. They use this infrared laser light to find out the target. Okay, they use this laser light. Then they have this radar system to continuously check. In radar, we have already discussed radar. So they will continuously check where is the enemy, what weapons are there, whatever they want to check. They want to keep a track of 360-degree angle. So this is the this helicopter from all sides. What all is coming and all, everything they will be keeping a track continuously. And they have this night vision and thermal imaging, so you can use it in the night time also very easily. That's the speciality. That's why we are buying it from USA. Simple. Yes, any doubt on this Apache helicopter? No? So that's it. Please ask if you have any doubt on these articles. This was the most important. Governor, President, this will be important for you for prelims, mains, interview. All three stages. Directly they can ask question on this particular thing that is happening. Yes? No doubts? Okay, thank you so much.